What if Charlie Kirk didn't die by chance, but by choice? Someone else's. 48 hours before his mysterious death, he told close friends he was done being bullied by powerful Israeli donors. He said he was walking away from the cause, refusing their money, their pressure, their control. And now, that defiance might have cost him his life. Because 2 days later, Charlie Kirk was found dead, with a single bullet to the throat. But here's the part the media refuses to talk about. Candace Owens claims she has proof. Leaked group chats, missing footage, a government cover-up, and she's not staying silent. Even under a gag order, she went public, vowing to burn the house down with the truth. Why did the FBI immediately frame a suspect who didn't even match the timeline? Why were key witnesses silenced? And why was the crime scene tampered with minutes after Charlie's body was found? Even more chilling, Candace says Charlie knew he was going to die. He told 3 people he was being hunted. But by who? The answer might connect billionaires, politicians, and a shadow network powerful enough to erase anyone who steps out of line. Candace Owens isn't just questioning the system, she's declaring war on it. And the deeper she digs, the closer she gets to the people who wanted Charlie gone. Because if Candace is right, this isn't just about one man's death. It's about the empire that kills to keep its secrets. They think I'm scared. They have no idea what's coming next. Charlie Kirk knew too much. Candace Owens just confirmed it. In the bright glare of political fame, loyalty is currency, and silence, the cost of survival. For years, 2 powerful voices built a movement that promised truth, freedom, and transparency. But behind closed doors, the cracks were already forming. Charlie was the golden boy, young, magnetic, unstoppable. Candace was the firebrand, bold enough to say what others whispered. Together, they became the face of a rising generation of influence until one day, everything went dark. When news broke that Charlie had been found dead under circumstances that made no sense, the world gasped. But Candace didn't cry. She didn't retreat. She questioned. Her first post after his death wasn't a eulogy. It was a warning. Something was wrong. Something big. And that's when the story stopped being about grief and started being about truth. In the days before his death, Charlie had grown distant. Associates noticed his tone changing, measured, almost fearful. He'd begun talking about pressure, about donors, and about feeling trapped inside the very system he helped build. Candace later said he'd confessed to her privately that he was done, that the machine had gotten too big, too controlling. He was ready to walk away, even if it meant walking into danger. But who was he running from? Political rivals? Financial backers? His own allies? No one knows for sure, because the last 48 hours of his life are a blur of mixed messages, deleted chats, and sudden silence. And when Candace tried to reach him the night before he died, her call went unanswered. She told her audience later, he sounded like a man who knew something was coming. But what exactly did he know? Candace went live just 3 days later, eyes burning, voice trembling between anger and revelation. She claimed there were messages, threats, even offers of hush money. Every new video felt like another crack in the official story. She alleged that evidence was being buried, surveillance tapes missing, statements rewritten, timelines altered. The more she spoke, the louder the silence from the establishment grew. Then came the leak, a private group chat that appeared to show Charlie refusing millions in donations tied to causes he no longer believed in. If true, it meant he wasn't just rebelling, he was betraying the very power structure that made him famous. Jewish donors play into all of the stereotypes. One message read, "I cannot and will not be bullied like this." Candace called it proof of coercion. Others called it coincidence. Either way, the damage was done and the line between friend and enemy was gone. "You can call me crazy," she said, "but I'm not lying." And for millions watching, the story of Charlie Kirk became the story of what happens when you tell too much truth. Behind the curtain, alliances shifted. Candace accused major donors of orchestrating interventions and secret deals meant to control narratives about foreign policy and money. It sounded outrageous, until journalists started asking the same questions. Who benefits from Charlie's silence? Who profits from keeping certain stories untold? Every movement inside the industry, every speech, every sponsor, every post was part of a larger game. Candace said it herself, "If you follow the money, you find the motive." And as she followed the trail, it led her straight to people she once called friends. By now, her war wasn't just against lies, it was against an empire. And empires don't like being challenged. She began receiving threats, anonymous messages, even hints that she should take a break. Instead, she went louder, because silence, in her words, is how they win. Candace is risking everything. Respect. They're trying to paint her as crazy. Classic playbook. Charlie was done with the system. She's the only one telling the truth. The internet went wild. Reddit threads, podcasts, and viral TikToks dissected every word she said. Was she uncovering a cover-up or spiraling into paranoia? The mainstream stayed silent, which only fueled speculation. Every missing headline felt like confirmation of guilt. Meanwhile, fans began connecting dots between Charlie's case and older Hollywood controversies, from Dave Chappelle's sudden disappearance to musicians who claimed they were blacklisted for speaking out. Was Candace the next in line to be silenced, or the first to finally fight back? And as the internet demanded answers, the people in power demanded her silence. At the heart of this story lies something deeper than politics, the human mind under pressure. Charlie's colleagues said he was brilliant but restless, driven but paranoid, a perfectionist living in a world where loyalty and power are currency. Was it exhaustion that pushed him too far, or betrayal from within? Candace herself admitted that their friendship was complex, admiration mixed with rivalry, loyalty laced with distrust. Some say she's projecting guilt. Others insist she's the only one with the courage to tell the truth. Psychologists who follow cases like this warn that power circles often create manufactured madness, where truth-tellers are discredited to protect the machine. And that, according to Candace, is exactly what's happening now. She laughed at those reports. They called Chappelle crazy too, she said. They always do. If she's right, then the greatest manipulation isn't what happened to Charlie, it's what's being done to her. Then, weeks later, Candace dropped what she called the missing piece. Security footage, deleted messages, and a statement from someone close to Charlie claiming he'd said he feared for his life. If authentic, it changes everything. If fake, it's the most elaborate hoax in political media history. The footage allegedly showed two men moving equipment from the event stage minutes after the incident, something no investigator could explain. Candace claimed it was evidence tampering. Officials called it routine cleanup. And just when the debate reached its peak, something even stranger happened. A global figure, someone far removed from the American media scene, issued a statement denying involvement no one had accused him of. Why speak out at all? Why now? The internet exploded with theories, some calling it proof, others misdirection. But one thing became clear. This story was bigger than Charlie, bigger than Candace, maybe bigger than any of them realized. In the end, no one knows exactly what happened to Charlie Kirk. The official story stands, but the questions refuse to die. Candace Owens, now branded both a hero and a heretic, continues to post updates, documents, and theories. Each time, more people believe her, and more powerful people fall silent. Was Charlie a casualty of his own convictions? Was Candace right all along, or just the latest casualty in a long line of truth seekers consumed by their own war? Some say she's gone too far. Others say she hasn't gone far enough. One thing is certain, the more she talks, the closer she gets to whatever truth cost Charlie his life. They think I'm scared. They have no idea what's coming next. Charlie Kirk knew too much. Candace Owens just confirmed it. The investigation isn't over. The silence says everything. So here we are. A man who knew too much, a woman who refuses to stay silent, and a truth that no one seems ready to face. The question now isn't what happened. It's why are so many people afraid to talk about it? Was Charlie's downfall just another tragic accident? Or was it the price of breaking ranks in a world built on secrets? Now I want to hear from you. Do you think this is just internet rumor or the biggest political cover-up of our generation? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now because this story is far from over and your voice might just expose what the headlines won't. If you believe truth still matters, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because what's coming next will make this look like the calm before the storm.